What is going on, everybody? Yo and hello, Mike here, baseball collector, and it's a special edition of Beyond Cardboard. It's a Thursday night edition, and you're asking yourself, why is Mike doing Beyond Cardboard on Thursday? He normally does it on Sunday. Well, a couple of reasons. Number one, this was when my guest could do it, and number two, my son is graduating high school on Sunday, so I needed to be available to watch him graduate instead of on YouTube with Beyond Cardboard. So that's why we're doing that. I hope everybody can join me. I'm noticing that Snodzilla Cards is doing a case break. What's he doing? Panini Classics or something? Some football stuff. I mean, who wants to watch football? But he's doing that, so hopefully I will not interfere too much with his stuff. I'm trying to go live here, and I'm going to mute myself so I can watch you guys' comments and be able to ask questions to our guest tonight. So I hope everybody's having a great week. It's a short week, right? Because Memorial Day, hopefully a lot of people had time off and were able to spend time with family and have fun. I know I did. I had a great time. I've got awesome slabs here I've been getting in the mail the last day or two, and so I'll be doing a video probably tomorrow night. I'm heading to Austin tomorrow. My kids' high school team is in the softball state championship tomorrow morning. So I'm going to go watch that down in Austin, which I live about 4 hours away, and the game's at 9 in the morning. So I'm leaving at 4:30 in the morning tomorrow to head to Austin. So it's crazy. Anyway, that's kind of what's going on with me. Just a couple of minutes and we'll get going. Just wanted to do a little pregame warm-up, kind of start pinging everybody's phone for people to start joining in. And I'm excited so much about Beyond Cardboard tonight. Let's see, what else? I got a cool package today from a fellow YouTuber, a guy that I consider one of the greats of YouTube, and I'm excited to show that off. I'll do that tomorrow as well. So that's kind of what's going on. Why don't we just go ahead and get started, because it's almost 7 o'clock and we got a lot to do, and I got to go to bed because I have to wake up so bloody early. So welcome to everybody to Beyond Cardboard. This is my 10th episode. So far I've done only YouTube Hall of Famers to this point. So a couple of glass ceilings are being broken today. Number one, my first non-YouTube Hall of Famer that I'm interviewing for the show, and the first female that I'm interviewing for the show. It's none other than baseball card babe herself, Jennifer. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you? I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I'm glad to have you. And this is, again, kind of groundbreaking. It's kind of cool. Let's just address the elephant in the room right now. And that is, you're not a dude, if I'm not mistaken, right? And
definitely not a dude.
Well, that is definitely something that's unusual in our hobby. You know, how do you feel being one of only a few women that we know of that do YouTube videos?
It's actually pretty cool. I don't know. I'm just really excited to be a part of the community. Everybody's been super welcoming. So that's been awesome. So I just feel right at home. I don't feel any different. Sometimes I get a little bit worried that, you know, people will be like, oh my God, girl, but everybody's been really cool. So,
well,
yeah.
That is good to know. I hope people aren't rude or anything on their comments, but they're rude to me on comments. So I guess it's not gender specific, but what are you going to do? I did watch, I watched your podcast with Bra, or whatever his name was, the other day, which was it was really cool. And what was so cool about it is, I swear we are like brother and sister from another mother, because we have a lot of the same interests and background. And so I'll go through a few of these and you just kind of tell me if I'm right. My favorite all-time Ranger is Pudge Rodriguez. Your,
That's mine.
I know, right? I have a huge Pudge collection. I have about almost 100 of his autographs. I have 98,
That is amazing.
99 autographs, something like that.
Yeah.
So what made you like Pudge so much growing up?
Well, when I started playing when I was 8 years old, Pudge was just starting out in the early 90s, and my grandma was a huge baseball fan. And I mean, we're born and raised in Texas, so, you know, she would just sit there and watch games, and I would sit with her and, you know, just to bond. And we just both fell in love with him. Smile, the way he played the game, just who he was as a person was just something that spoke to us. And I was also a catcher, so I had a player to idolize, and you know, I just loved him, and I just followed him all throughout his career.
So you were a catcher. Guess what position I played in high school and college? I was a catcher.
That's awesome. That is so cool.
And you're from, well, we'll get to that, where you're from, but you already just said it. You're from Wichita Falls. You're from Texas. I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
How convenient.
Hey, Texas.
Damn
Don't
right.
mess with Texas.
That's right. But now you're a trader. You've moved to Florida. But who's your favorite baseball team?
Favorite baseball team of all time will always be the Texas Rangers.
That's right.
And I'm a bit of a trader too, because I go to a lot of Tampa Bay games, so I'm a fan of them. And ever since Aaron Judge started playing, I've been watching the Yankees. So my Texas brethren are going to be like, "What? You're a Yankees fan?" No, I'm an Aaron Judge fan. So.
Well, I have to tell you, the Trop is one of only 3 ballparks that I've never been to. So.
Oh, it's worth going to, especially if they build a new one, because it's so random. It's just so sketchy. It's awesome, but it's just weird.
The Trop is a shithole, just to put it mildly.
It is. Indeed, yeah.
Which is why I haven't been. What about your favorite football team?
Favorite football team, the Dallas Cowboys.
That's right.
Through and through.
You know who my favorite
I will
all-time
buy and bleed blue.
my all-time favorite Cowboy is Jason Witten.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
That's my man. I love that man.
Right behind me in this
I'm so sad he's
closet.
retired.
I know it is sad. I've got it right in my closet. The only Cowboys jersey I own is a Jason Witten jersey. So why have any others? I mean, right? I mean.
Yep. I've got a couple of them. My dad gave me one, and my husband bought me one for Christmas one year.
All right. The last common thing that just really stuck out of me during your bra interview was that you said you served in the military, which is, first of all, thank you for doing that. What branch of service were you in?
I was in the U.S. Air Force.
Guess who else was in the U.S. Air Force and went to the United States Air Force Academy to play baseball as a catcher?
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So see,
that is so awesome.
We're like, I'm telling you, we could have been raised in the same house, but only 2.5 hours apart. But
yeah.
All right, now I'm going to get to my normal line of questioning, because my creepy factor of like feeling like we lived parallel lives is starting to bother me. So
yeah, your radar's going off. All right. Cool.
So you're definitely different in terms of the people that I've interviewed before, and kind of the main staple of YouTube are guys showing off their PC. They're showing off their graded cards, their rookies, their autos, their whatever. Some of them do box breaks, and you know, but typically if you're looking at box breaks, it's because it's being done either in a group format, or somebody has a random box, or it's a card shop opening, you know, boxes just for customers. You, on the other hand, do that. That's your hobby. I mean, that's your niche in the hobby. And I know you have some PC guys, and we'll talk about that. But how'd you get started doing that part of it?
It's actually a funny story. So, I mean, my journey with collection kind of started when I was a teenager. My dad would give me Jason Witten cards. My dad was a huge sports memorabilia collector, especially with NASCAR. So I kind of saw how he did it and everything. And then when I met my husband, I knew that he was baseball cards. Like, that was the thing. He had told me right away, like, I'm super into it. I'm like, cool, that's awesome, you know, but I didn't know much about it. Well, one day we're sitting in his office and he's going through cards and stuff and stacks of them. And he has this cardboard box full of 87 tops. And I mean, they're unopened packs. It's a giant box. And I'm like, I'm just going to start going through these. Like, I just want to rip some packs, you know?
Cool.
Like, that was part of my, like, favorite part of my childhood. So I'm like, cool. So I start breaking these packs. And I'm like, holy crap, I'm addicted. I'm like, can I just keep opening these? He's like, no, I want to sell them. And I'm like, no, let me open them. So I wanted to break that entire box of packs. And that's just how it got started. And then the whole modern box craze went down with Eric Judge, and we started, like, searching for it. And it just kind of snowballed from there. I realized how much I enjoyed, like, breaking packs and or ripping packs, breaking boxes. Looking at the chase was, like, part of the fun, and just got into it like that. I don't know, just kept buying it and kept breaking.
Well, you definitely break a lot of product of modern stuff, and it's cool for me to watch because I'm not buying modern product. I could care two shakes about any of it, quite frankly, but
sure,
it's good that, I mean, that's okay. I mean, that's why this hobby is so awesome, because everybody can have their own thing, and it doesn't mean I don't like watching you do it. I'm like, better her than me, you know. I don't, and I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
It's definitely, like, not for everybody. Some people like the vintage, and some people like the modern, and I don't know. Yeah.
Like, you
totally
probably.
Cool, though, but I'm glad that you enjoy watching.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny to hear you mispronounce names. That's funny.
Yeah, it is funny, and I totally get it. Like, I'm not even gonna try to, like, pretend like I know all these guys' names and whatnot. But yeah, I figure people would get a kick out of it because, like, oh my god.
And if you can have fun making fun of yourself, don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I did crack up when I heard one of your first videos or something. You pulled an Albert Pujols, and you couldn't say Pujols right, and I'm like,
oh my god.
I'm like, Jen,
It took me months.
I'm like, Jen, he is one of the greatest players of all time, and you can't say his name.
I know.
And it didn't take away from what you were doing. Quite frankly, it didn't matter. It was just for guys like, me that have been doing this since 1981, we go, come on, Jen, learn your names, kind of teasing you a little.
I know.
But especially of the big guys, right? And you are definitely, you're getting so much better, by the way, in terms of the pronunciation and
Thank you.
You're doing way better. So just a little, I'm just having fun with you. So I'm looking at my list of questions for you. So obviously we know your all-time favorite team is the Rangers, but and you said you like the Yankees because you dig Aaron Judge. Who are some of your other favorite players? Who do you PC?
Oh, of course, y'all already know Bryce Harper. Love that guy. I'm not a Nats fan. My ex is from freaking DC, so I'm like, no. I think of Bryce Harper as a person. I mean, at first I thought he was a total a-hole, and that's kind of what I loved about him. And then I just kind of got to know who he was outside of baseball, and that just, I don't know, he had a good year and fall, and really touched it. So that appeals to me. So I'll watch him, and I'll collect him as well.
Okay. You're sounding kind of muffled, so just,
okay.
There you go. Much better.
Sorry.
That's all right. So so you've only been really collecting for a few years, I think, in terms of breaking boxes and stuff. What's your favorite set that you've broken so far? What's your favorite looking cards? What do you like?
Oh man, 2017 Topps Chrome.
Okay.
I absolutely love that product, and their refractors are beautiful. The super refractors are beautiful. All around, that product is just so beautiful. It's the base cards, all of it. I'm just obsessed with it.
Well, 2018 Topps Chrome is going to be pretty awesome too.
I can't even wait. Like, I'm actually considering prepaying for a case so I don't miss out on it.
How do you decide? Because I know you send in you just did a PSA reveal. So if you guys haven't seen Jen's channel and watched her do that, she did like 160 cards or something, I think. Right?
It was 130 this one.
There you go. And 125 of them were Gem Mint 10s, right? So
yes.
Obviously your husband has a good eye for what will grade well, and you are too, I'm sure. But you always say, hey, my husband double checks my cards and makes sure, right? So what makes you determine whether or not, because you're doing it to flip them, right? I mean, you're gonna pull some good stuff.
Let's be real about it.
You're gonna pull some good stuff. You're gonna send them in to get graded. Gem Mint 10s come back. I mean, the Ohtani for Heritage is like $500 in a Gem Mint 10. So, you're trying to make some money, and that's great. That's totally fine. So, how do you decide what to send in to PSA?
Well, if I look at it at the first glance and it's off center, I will decide there and then if it's going to be worth sending in as a 9, because 9s sell pretty good. Their prices are good. Obviously not as great as a Gem Mint 10, especially not a Pop 1. So right off the bat, first glance, it has to pass like the quick eye test. And then I'll take a jewelry loop and I'll look at the corners and see if there's any white, if it's frayed, if there's anything like that. And then I look for surface flaws like fish eyes and like scratches, things like that.
Okay.
So, right off the bat, first glance, if I don't like it, I'm going to put it away. I'm not even going to try to send it.
What made you choose PSA as your primary grading company instead of BGS?
Well, PSA in general, and obviously this is a hotly debated thing, and it's really all about personal preference, but PSA as a member, you just get so much out of it. I trust PSA as far as, like, their grading process. They spell it out for you how they grade right there. The price is good, and the resale value is great. And they look really nice, slabs with the red. I prefer it. That's all.
And I do too. I hate. Yeah. I just got a really important card for my collection the other day, and it's in a freaking BGS slab. So I'm gonna have to crack that. I'm gonna send it to Nolan, Elite Co 3, and let him crack it out, I think, and send it back in. But I totally get it. And it's just interesting because so many people equate modern cards with BGS and vintage with PSA, and I'm seeing that tide start to turn a little bit, and more modern stuff's being graded by PSA, especially with the new Lighthouse holder, and it's gorgeous. It's really much thinner and easier to. I mean, it's just a much better holder.
I agree, and it looks just nice. Stacked up. I mean, I don't know. There's just an eye appeal to it that I really enjoy.
I mean, and there is some aesthetics to it. It matters how it looks. And
yeah, absolutely.
You can give me I'd rather have a Mint 9 card than a BGS 9.5, honestly, if I had to choose.
I completely agree with you there. I mean, obviously, like when I said it, because we're back and forth about the autographs and like whether or not I should send it into PSA or do the BGS, because I trust BGS's autograph authenticity a little bit more. So when I pulled the gold out of 50, the auto from the top Chrome box, I was like, I really had to sit on it for a little bit and be like, where do I want to send this? Because I want this to get a Gem Mint 10, but I'm not sure if it will. So I finally made a decision, and I sent it to BGS, and I got a 9.5. And I just don't like seeing the 9.5 on there. To me, it's 10, and I'm like, ugh, whatever. But technically, a BGS 9.5 is a PSA 10. So,
it can be
equivalent.
They're close. Yes, I agree. Very cool. is there a collecting niche that maybe you could see yourself starting someday besides what you're doing now?
I don't know. I'm just really flying by the seat of my pants at this point. I'm just
How long have you been doing this, by the way? I'm sorry to interrupt, but before you answer that,
no worries.
how long you been doing this?
Well,
Somebody just asked it anyway on the chat, so.
Sure. With YouTube, I've only had the YouTube channel less than a year. I think it's been like 7 months since I started my first video. Really getting into modern collecting and modern flipping, but I don't know, probably late 2016, early 2017. So I'm not a veteran, I'll tell you that. But that being said, my husband is a veteran, so I'm learning from the best at this point.
So I'm like your collecting hobby grandfather. I've been doing this so long.
Sure.
Well, welcome to the crew. Welcome to the crew.
Thank you.
So back to the what you might do in the future. You know, what do you think? What would be a niche that you'd like to see yourself get into?
I would like to try to look at vintage and do something with that, but I have so much to learn that I think I'm just going to stay in the modern prospect chasing and go from there. I feel like I've already started a niche at this point with female collecting, and I want females who are watching to be like, hey, I can do this. I'm super into baseball, but I've always been shy or embarrassed to showcase my knowledge or whatever. So I want women out there who are super into this to feel okay including themselves in the hobby. So
have you gotten any, speaking of that, and some questions are just coming to me, but have you had any women contact you either via private message or just another way just to say, hey, thanks for doing this, I love your stuff? Have you had any of that?
There's a couple of them, especially on Instagram. Instagram is such a wide platform, and it's super easy to connect. And I would say a little bit easier than YouTube, but there's a girl who has this Instagram. It's called Tips and Top, and she does nails, but then she also collects baseball cards, and I think that is the coolest thing ever. But I actually reached out to her and was like, your page is amazing. I hope you get into this or post more stuff. And she sent me some messages, but honestly, not many women have really. I don't think many women have truly discovered it at this point. But I mean, obviously, there's the girls in the community, and I love their channel and what they're doing. So
okay. I'll warn you, vintage is a tough place to be, especially unless you're going to keep it forever kind of thing.
Right.
Dustin Bellinger, do you know who Dustin is? His channel. He says Jen hasn't had time to become jaded like some of us veterans. So his point,
I haven't.
his point is that we get, you do this a long time, and it's a never. I will never have every card that I want, and so it's a slippery slope, Jen. I'll tell you. So I would say be good at what you do, and then if you want to start adding some stuff, great. But who would if you could have any item, what would you like to have? What's kind of your dream item?
Dream item, the 2017 Topps Chrome Aaron Judge 1/1 Super Rector, without a doubt.
Okay,
It's beautiful.
Cheap card too.
I want to keep it.
It's very cheap. Yes. No, not very expensive. Who? If you could have beer with a current or former player besides Aaron Judge, who would it be?
Man, funny. I almost had a beer with Aaron Judge, but I was in Miami and he was far away. But anyway, about this, and I really think that I would like to have a beer with Jackie Robinson.
Interesting. Great choice,
Yeah,
by the way.
I think he would have so much amazing like insight and of course like everything he's been through. Just a super interesting person to talk to for sure.
That's an impressive answer, Jen. Honestly, that's very cool. How many different ballparks have you been to?
The number, not sure, but I can kind of name them: Globe Life, Tropicana, Astrodome, Miller Park in Milwaukee, Chase Field for the Diamondbacks, San Diego Padres. That's it.
And what's your favorite one?
My favorite one was Chase Field.
Really?
I just love Arizona in general, but it's so beautiful and yeah, I loved it. Oh well, you know what? I really liked Miller Park too.
Miller Park is
in
cool.
Milwaukee was really cool. Yeah.
I would call Chase
But I mean,
Field.
I have a bucket list.
Yeah. What's your bucket list of parks you want to go to?
Oh, of course, Yankee Stadium, without a doubt. Definitely Fenway. I did see the Cubs field in Chicago, but it was closed and it was raining, and that kind of sucked. But and I think my number one would go to San Francisco because their field just looks absolutely stunning. I just want to be there.
It is very cool. I've been there a couple of times. It's awesome. I encourage all of that. You should do all of those. So
I will. For sure.
We've kind of danced around this. I'm going to ask it a little more directly now, but getting started in YouTube about a year ago or so, tell us just how you got started doing that.
I honestly, I was breaking boxes and ripping packs and stuff, and I looked at my husband and I was like, I wonder if people do this on YouTube. Like, it would be fun to watch because I'm so addicted to it. But also, I'm blowing all this money. It'd be kind of fun to just, like, watch other people do it and see what they pull. And so we started watching YouTube channels, and we're just like, oh, my gosh, there's, like, a whole community of this. And then my husband thought, like, you should definitely make videos. And I'm like, why? And he was just like, because I really think people would enjoy, watching. And I'm like, is it because I'm a girl? He's like, no, but that's part of it. I think, because I think he's kind of impressed that I pick it up and I actually enjoy it. And I think that he wants to just share that with other people. And so I was like, why not? Let's do it. Let's see how it goes. And here we are.
That is great. And your channel has, you got to 1,000 subs so fast. There are guys that I've seen on YouTube for years that have really good channels that are at 500 or 600 subs. How many subs are you at? 1,000 and what?
I think I have 1,300 now.
Are you going to monetize your channel?
I am.
You should.
I am. Yeah.
You absolutely should.
Yeah.
So, where'd you get the idea of Baseball Card Babe as your handle on YouTube?
I thought it was kind of catchy. It would be super easy to search. It's just one word, so it'll be easy for my store, for Instagram, all different platforms. And so I figured, it'd be kind of fun. At first, I was a little bit shy about it because I thought, oh my gosh, I'm calling myself babe, what? But honestly, I think it just kind of flows, so that's why I chose it.
Well, it was interesting because someone just put a post that says "pretty girl and baseball cards winning combo." So that's there you go. I guess somebody summed up the reason for your success. And there's not a lot of people just breaking tons of new product like you do and then sending it off to PSA. And so it is kind of different and cool. Again, I'd much rather watch you spend all that money on new stuff than me have to do it.
Sure.
Are there other YouTubers that you kind of want to emulate and you kind of look up to that you watch?
I definitely look up to Maiko. He is super knowledgeable. He's just very personable. I love his conversational tone. I really like that he has like lots of platforms and that he does like the group breaks with Facebook and stuff. So I think he's somebody I definitely want to emulate. Just how knowledgeable he is and how passionate he is. I love that. Pepino Man, love that guy. His humor, it just speaks to me. So I'm not necessarily as like out there crazy like him, but I definitely like to make people laugh. So I definitely want to like kind of take pieces of his personality and kind of translate it to me and try to make people laugh more. And I think I do that with like my silly speckle-deckles and, you know, just like little things like that. So definitely look up to Maiko, Pepino, just the OGs that I first started watching.
Well, Pepino gave you your knife, right? That you used to open boxes, right?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Batman knife.
Your Batman
I love
knife,
that
that's
thing.
right. See, I've been watching you
Yeah.
basically since the beginning.
Yeah.
What about new YouTubers that you have checked out and think are doing a good job?
I love them all, actually. Like, I'll lay in bed at night and just kind of go through and watch and see who's got new stuff. And definitely Broad, she was really cool. He's new, and he offered to have me on his channel. And I like his morning, like, what's up, guys? And I like that a lot. So, yeah, like, there's not one particular channel that I don't watch, or, I try to watch them all as I get time. So.
Okay. Well, now we're going to move on to the Beyond Cardboard question. So the point of this show is for everybody to kind of get to know. They know a lot of your hobby stuff, so we're kind of telling them what they already know. They watch your channel most likely. If they're subscribed to me, they're probably subscribed to you. So, but now it's time to get to know you on a little more personal level, Jen. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. So, where did you grow up?
Wichita Falls, Texas.
Amen to that. But where do you live now? In the Tampa St. Pete area, right?
I live in the Central Florida area.
Central Florida. Yep. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you miss Texas?
Absolutely. I miss the people. They're the friendliest people on this planet.
That is the correct answer. All of that is true. What do you do for a living now?
I am an admin right now for a industrial refrigeration company. I am currently a full-time student, going to school for human resources and personnel management, and so that's where I'm at now.
So you have plenty of free time to do YouTube videos, obviously.
Oh yeah, fun.
So we all know about Mr. Baseball Card Babe. What's your husband's actual name?
My husband's name is Corey.
Okay. And how long you and Corey been married?
We've been married almost 4 years in September.
And here I have a picture. People don't like to look at me the whole time. So there's Jen and Corey right there. Where was this picture taken?
It was at the station Christmas party. My husband's a firefighter.
Ah, very nice. Look at that. A happy couple.
Yeah.
So 4 years.
Yep.
And y'all have how many kids?
We have one daughter.
One daughter. Oh, here she is. Look, I have a picture of her too. How cute.
Yay!
What's her name?
3.5. Her name is Liana.
Well, she's just adorable. It's hard to see her,
She's
but
something else.
she's hanging out with mom and dad here. So there she is. How cute. Is she going to be a baseball card babe also, or what?
Oh, for sure. She's a huge baseball fan now. She'll sit there and watch it with us. She loves playing. She's got her own little baseball, her glove, her bat. So she's definitely going to be involved.
You could just call her the baseball card baby. Baby.
Yep, baseball card baby.
What does your husband think about? He's encouraging you, I know, but tell everybody kind of how he encourages you in your collecting and YouTube and all that stuff?
He's amazing. He keeps me up to date on the newest products. He helps with shipping, and pretty much he is the shipping department. But he always tells me like the newest channels to check out. He tries to help me with like my content, and I mean he's just the best. He's like my ultimate partner, and I owe it all to him.
How many cards do you have on your eBay store right now?
I think there's about 530 active cards being sold right now.
Tell everybody your eBay store before we get back to it, just so you can make a plug for it. People can go check it out if they want some stuff.
Sure. Super easy. Baseball card base.
No way. I can't believe that.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a joke. I knew it.
Oh, no.
That's
oh my God, I thought you were serious.
That's very smart. Maiko's now on, by the way, your hero. Maiko, she said that you're one of her heroes, so that's great. Glad you could join in, Mike. Tell us like a secret talent you might have or something interesting that people don't know about you.
Super interesting. Okay. I'm a humongous Game of Thrones fan to the point where, like, you know, I want to, like, dress up and go to, like, Comic-Con and stuff. I'm just a ginormous Game of Thrones fan. I've read all the books. I've seen all the seasons multiple times. So, I don't know.
Well, guess who else loves...
Like
Guess who else loves Game of Thrones? Me.
Oh, yeah.
So who's your favorite character?
Favorite character? Man, that's tough. That is such a hard one because I'm a huge fan of Arya.
Yeah.
She's just badass to me.
She's a closet badass. Like you wouldn't know it, and then bam, she kills you, right?
For real. Or even Sansa. You know, she just kind of comes out of nowhere in this last season.
Well, there is a fellow YouTuber that is a big Game of Thrones guy, in addition to being a baseball card guy. Do you know who that is?
I have no idea.
His name is his YouTube name is Wesker Griff, and his real name is Ed. So you got to go search his videos. He has tons of Game of Thrones autos and all sorts of cool stuff. So you should go check it out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Did you know there were Game of Thrones cards? Did you know there's Game of Thrones cards?
I just recently found out about this. And I know that they're super hard to get, which is also awesome.
Yeah. Ruh-roh. You might have that may be the niche you're going to get into that we talked about earlier.
That's what I'm saying. I think so.
What sports did you play when you were younger?
I ran track in high school. I was in cheerleading all the way up through middle school, and I played softball up until I was 18 years old.
Nice. And we've already established that you were the greatest catcher in the North Texas area, but that's okay.
Pretty much ever. Yeah.
Did you have any other hobbies besides playing some sports and when you were growing up?
Reading. I'm a huge reader. I always have been. I tend to read like 4 or 5 books at a time. But that's pretty much it. Like sports was life. And that's it. Yeah.
So there's a young lady on with us right now. Her name's Emma Anderson, and she does YouTube videos. And Jen, I want you to write her name down somewhere and go watch her because her stuff is really good.
Okay.
Emma, if you can hear me, just write. I forget how old you are, but she's definitely a younger lady and an up and comer and doing a great job with her channel. It's kind of fun to watch. So
awesome. I can't wait to see it.
You should go check her out. Okay.
I will.
What, besides cards and stuff like that, what else do you do for hobbies now? What do you do for fun?
For fun, I mean, I just hang out with my dog. Really, I've just been my parents was working and then doing this that don't really have much else time. I mean, I hang out. My best friend is an artist, so I go hang out at her studio and we paint and stuff like that. And then my husband and I have a boat, so we get out on the boat every single chance we get. So
awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds
yeah
so fun. Emma has told us that she's in elementary school. That's how young she is. So,
wow.
Emma, keep it up, girl. You're doing great. Keep doing a great job.
Great job, Emma. That's awesome. I cannot wait to see your channel.
Yes, she is awesome.
That's awesome.
All right, so if you could walk around with a theme song playing in the background, what would that be for you?
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yep. Come on, stop motivating.
No, I'm gonna let you hang with that. Singing is so not my thing, but that would be so cool. That would be I could see you walking around with a little game of GOT in the background.
Oh yeah, make you feel like a badass. 100%.
All right, I've got a few questions from the audience.
Okay.
And we'll see. Let's see. What was your first PSA graded card, and what grade did it get?
My first PSA graded, well, that's tough because my husband had been sending in cards to PSA for years before we even met. He had the P. Rose collection. So I'm sure one of his first cards was a PSA P. Rose, and that's definitely the first card that I've ever seen slabbed as a PSA. So that's pretty much, I don't even remember my first one that I've ever sent in, like what I looked at. But yeah, sorry.
That's all right. Are you?
Yeah.
Next question: are you planning on going to the National this year?
We've talked about it. It is in Cleveland. We missed the Atlantic City one, but I think we are going to go this year, and I definitely know we're going to go next year to Chicago.
Okay, that's awesome. Pretty much everybody on here right now is going to go. I'll be there, but I'll be there Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah, I'll be there Wednesday through Friday.
Well, we definitely should go because I really want to get like a picture with all of my shoe fam. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it's a YouTube just hangout.
Yeah.
Everybody
That's awesome.
gets to see each other and really meet we all get to know each other through our videos to a great degree. I mean, I'm the same guy in real life that I am on YouTube, and but it's just so fun to hang out with those people because I genuinely enjoy watching them and learning about them, and I want to hang out with them, so
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I've seen all of these people. I'm just like, I want to hang out with you guys so bad. It's so much fun.
And we'll have a sit down. We're going to have flashcards and go over some pronunciations with you on some baseball names.
Oh, yes. That would be great.
And it would be,
Absolutely.
if you get one wrong, you have to do a shot or chug a beer or something. That would actually be really fun.
100%.
That would be
fun.
really fun. I just made up our first deal for Cleveland. So now you have to go, see?
Okay. All right, we're going.
All right.
Honey, we're going.
Come on, Corey.
Now I know he's watching.
Let's go, Corey.
We're going. We got to book our plane tickets.
And we got to hang out with Corey, too. He's like the greatest Pete Rose collector ever, so, right? So.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's so shy. I keep telling him he needs to be on my channel, but he's like, no, nobody wants to see me. I'm like, yes, they do.
Well, I think I might have shown the first picture of what Mr. Baseball Card Babe looks like. I don't know that anybody knew that, so.
Oh, I think you're right, actually.
He just made his YouTube debut. YouTube debut done tonight, so. All right, so now we're going to move on to my favorite part of the show, which is rapid fire. So these are questions you have not been prepared with. You have no idea what I'm going to ask. Well, you might have an idea if you've watched other episodes, but I want you to try to answer as quick as you can. It used to be rapid fire. Now it's more like rapid fire, and then I get to have fun with your answer. But are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Ready. All right. What is your favorite pizza topping, Jen?
Pepperoni.
Correct. I mean, there's no correct, right, or wrong answer, but I agree. that is the best one. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Well, chocolate chip cookie dough usually, but Ben and Jerry's came out with salted caramel core. That's my ultimate favorite right now.
Okay, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you drink coffee?
Yes, in the morning. If I'm out of Spark, I don't know if anybody drinks Spark, but if I'm out of Spark, it's coffee.
And creamer or black?
Creamer, for sure.
Excellent.
Like 4 tablespoons.
Beer, wine, or liquor? What's your favorite?
Wine.
We know because
I'm a wino.
You drink constantly on the air. So.
Yes, I love wine.
Somebody just said that Corey walked by on one of the videos without a shirt on, and it was awkward.
Oh, he did. I remember that. He did. That's hilarious.
Are you red or white wine?
Lately, I've been white wine, but I generally drink red wine.
Okay. Are you a good dancer?
No. Nope.
No.
Not at all, but I try.
Most girls like to dance, so.
Yeah.
And dudes hate
I love it.
So.
True. That is true.
I can promise you, in Cleveland, we're not going dancing as a YouTube group. That is not something any of us need to see. I promise.
I'm slightly disappointed. It's karaoke then.
Sorry. And Maiko's right. I don't think we've had any good dancers. Nobody said, yes, I'm a good dancer. And you know why? Because if they said they were a good dancer, we'd make them prove it at National. And that would be
exactly
incredibly
I'm glad I said
fun.
the right answer.
Yeah. No, you just got yourself off the hook on that deal. So, all right. What is your favorite movie franchise?
Movie franchise, as in like multiple movies?
Or movie, period, is fine too.
I feel like you guys are going to be disappointed, but my favorite movie of all time is Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice.
Yep. Super girly, extra chick cookie.
I'm going to hang up on you now. And
I know.
What's your favorite baseball movie?
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, yes.
Yes.
Snoop did remind us that Silver Jackify Joe said he could dance well, so we may have to have him prove that at the National.
Okay, I'm down for that.
What is your favorite sport to play?
Softball, for sure.
Favorite sport to watch?
There's nothing else like it. Baseball.
And what was your first car?
Oh, okay. I'm redeeming myself from the movie. My very first car was a black 1978 Mustang Cobra 2.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, red leather interior.
Red leather interior. Nice. To match, so that when you spilled your red wine in the car, it matched in and you didn't have to worry about it.
Exactly. There you go. That's right.
Somebody's suggesting we should have a dance-off at the National. I think we should just play like a giant game of limbo, drunk limbo at the National. That would
I'm down.
That would be pretty funny. What was the what was the last movie you cried at?
The Notebook. I watched it on TV like 2 days ago, and I cried my eyes out.
Oh my goodness. Well, because one of the funny questions I ask is, what's your favorite chick flick? Well, that's not appropriate in this case. What's your favorite hardcore dude movie? Like, this is a dude movie.
I'm going to go with Gladiator.
Ah, nice. Do you like Star Wars? Are you Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars. I do like Star Trek Voyager, but I love Star Wars.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep. Just watched A New Hope like yesterday.
Well, Jen, that is what we got for tonight. I am so appreciative that you were on the show. Really just awesome. What if anything else you want to say to everybody out there watching or that may watch this over the next couple of days, any final thoughts?
Well, I just want to say thank you for having me on. It almost feels like a dream. I can't believe that this is such a great community of people and how welcoming everybody has been. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who has watched my videos, have commented, all of that. I just am so grateful.
Well, you're doing a great job. Your channel is doing really well, and it's really cool to see, and just keep it up, Jen. You're doing great.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed this whole interview or episode. It was so much fun.
Well, good. Everybody, thanks so much for watching tonight. I know everybody's like, I just got on and now he's leaving. Well, you should have shown up earlier. I told you guys when this show was going to be on. But again, thanks to Jen. I'm going to be on. So everybody have a great night, and above all, keep collecting.